my stepdaughter said there was a yard sale on the top of the hill going towards town, in Highttown, on the top of the hill going towards Townville. So I'm going to head down, or back to there. I was already in town. But, see if there's anything good worth buying. I don't know what they would have. I know there was supposed to be one near Troy Center, and that can't be it, because unless that sign's just pointing to where to turn to head that way, that wouldn't be that great. That'd be quite a ways. I was hoping maybe that guy where I got all those books and media would have another sale. He was over by the Troy Center Cemetery, or whatever it's called. But yeah, I can't seem to find the case for my Diodato CD that I was playing on the way home from thrifting. I showed it in my video. The other 5 CDs are in my tote for the flea market. I have no idea where I put that. Well, I'm here probably annoying this guy with my 4-ways, but I don't like sitting along the road without them on. You should have them on. Responsible. Can't see nothing, so check in with you later. Sunrise. The line started moving about 6:35. See what the difference is since I took the vivid photo off. Him. Never heard of the movie Him. And Conjuring still on. Pretty sunrise. Can't see it very good though. Morning. Here than I expected it to be. The second to last one. To the end. Morning. Got a low today. The guys just ignore me. They know. Hey, this guy, he's parking the opposite way. Hey, there's John. Or no, that's not John. There is that. No, it's not. Too bulky for John. Morning. Hurry it up now. Look at that sunrise. Hey, how you doing? Well, another flea market down, one left, well, at least for Waterford, until I start the Gem City flea in October. I gave out some of my custom handmade business cards today for my sale and my YouTube. I really wasn't going to share all my information. I get embarrassed because of my YouTube sometimes. Most people in town I don't even tell I have a YouTube channel. Well, they'd actually watch it anyway. At least they could go subscribe to it. At least I get a subscriber. But yeah, it was slow, but it's the end of the year, so probably a little a little more crowd than last week, but I did not have all the cool toys, so I didn't make out very good this week. And Chris had his record, so that did me in for some record sales, because he has so many things for sale. I just don't think his prices are that great usually, but I'm going to start going through all mine next year and stuff. I'm not sure how I'm going to do everything. I wish I could just do CDs and albums. I mean, I could. There's nothing stopping me from buying all the other crap, but it's just hard to. But I'm going to have to really put an effort in to stop buying so many CDs and tapes and stuff, because they're not selling enough to get all those and haul them around. I sold maybe 6 videotapes today, I sold 9 out of my $2, 3 for $5, that were normally my $3 tape. And I know I sold a couple dollar ones, but overall I probably didn't sell more than 20 bucks in tapes, and that was 9 were better ones, so I don't know. Sold a few CDs, sold a few tapes to a girl that I think she bought for me before, and sold a Led Zeppelin record for $15. I think I sold one other record, but I can't remember. Sold my Walking Dead comic hardcover. Sold a few games, took less on some games, so a guy always comes around. Because I figured when the sale comes, I'm going to, well, other than the better games, all my other games will be $2, and at the end of the sale, $1. Maybe I'll put them in the bag sale. I'm going to get rid of it all for next year. Basically going to think of how I used to put 90% of my stuff into the auction at the end of the year, so by the next year I'd have all new stuff. But I never had so many totes filled up before. That's the problem. Oh well. Another boring, long rambling by TC. Silly. Yeah, I got these at Goodwill yesterday when went down with my mom. We ate at McDonald's, yay. But I got the Doors and Beastie Boys. I picked these masks up today. Nothing else in town there. I didn't notice one of the lens things was gone. It's an Elvis. I only got these two because they were cheap, but they were both marked. This is marked 2002. Shoot, I don't know why I didn't notice that. That almost looks like my artificial screen door material. Maybe I'll just make something to replace them. I'm just going to sell them at the flea market. I doubt they're worth eBay. Now this one is marked somewhere here. Right here, 1997's Universal Studios, so that's actual Frankenstein, so that's pretty cool. I don't know if it's worth much though. I don't like these, they don't keep their shape good. I don't know what that'll look like. I was going to wear them, but I was too lazy to go put some alcohol and rub them inside. Here comes trouble. Well, look at all this stuff. There's an inflatable canoe. The back room said open at 5. We'll see if it's unlocked. It is. Holy cow. Holy cow. This is crazy. That'd be a nice record shelf, not. I bet you there's no records. Look at that stuff. What a mess. These boxes organized. Dang it. No record. Gotcha, yeah. Too bad I don't know more about this stuff. There's a lot of Batman up here.
don't know what this is. Last of this part 2. All this artwork. That's a big
He was a collector. The guy was in the council. Daddy agreed. He should look at 15,000. Now there's 45,000 less. I got to talk to him. Bought a bunch of machine guns. One guy he's selling to wanted to buy the machine guns. That's good. I don't have a cabinet or a gun case big enough.
Okay, so Freddy Krueger's, that pile has 3250 bin on it already, but the Freddy Krueger one has either 2 2s in the back or a 2 and a 3. So that means it's probably about that. Then the first one's in really nice shape. So hopefully I can get it. This pile in the front's already high.
I borrowed one of their box lids and locked in my car. It's just pouring rain. I should have bought that dollar umbrella the other day. And my window is down halfway, so everything's wet. I love when my light control or my window controls get wet. Internet up here is terrible. Box of records, it's up to 20 bucks already. I don't know if it goes too much higher. I'm not staying. There's a Queen album in there, and there's a 2 Beatles, but they're both newer pressings. The Blue Greatest Hits, and then it's on Capitol. And then, what is it, Sgt. Pepper's or Magical Mystery Tour? I've forgotten now, but I figured the most I'm going to get out of them is maybe 10, 20 bucks, but I don't know. And then, they look clean, and there's a couple Big Brother and the Holding Company, but they're average shape, so I'm figuring they're worth $5 a piece. And there's like a ZZ Top's Greatest Hits, probably $5. A couple other bands, but nothing that great. And then I think there's a Steppenwolf, but I don't know. I thought I'd go 35 maybe. I wrote stuff down. Does anybody care to see this crappy video? Uh-oh, I've lost my paper. What did I do with it? Uh-oh, that's not good. Too much crap. Oh, found it. Yeah, there's some famous, or those Universal Monster busts on the table. I don't know how much I videotaped. I got sidetracked and it was hard to look at stuff, so the busts are already up to like 25 bucks, and I had 20 written down back when I first looked at them. So they don't have a box. I think a set sold for 75. It's Frankenstein, Dracula, and Mummy or Bride of Frankenstein. I don't know. There's a Darkman Comics pile with Batmans. It's already pretty high now, like $32.50. I thought I'd go $50 because there's like about 50 comics. So pay $1 a piece and hopefully make some money off them since they're not old and nasty. That Freddy Krueger has, I think I already whispered it into the camera. There's 2 and 3 in there too, so they're all mint. So they're probably worth a couple $100. They sold the first issue for up to $100, but I'm not going by that because there's a lot out there. It's not like it's rare. That Last of Us, I think, is already up to $48, and not knowing what's supposed to be in there or whatever. I mean, it's supposed to be like $300, $400 thing, but I don't know. Anyway, so I probably won't worry about that. The other thing, the Horizon thing was still only like 20 bucks or something, but I don't know what's in there. It's mainly that statue, but I think there's supposed to be a game too. I don't know much about those fancy game release things. So basically I'm just waiting for Freddy, which I have to get back in there because it's number 56, and then once they start the front room, hopefully it won't take long. Now everything else in the back room, the CDs and the records I want, are all the last stuff, so I'm going to keep an eye on what they're online for, because the Sopranos box has a King Diamond CD, which is cool, but it's already at 20 some bucks, so I have 30, 35. There's a lot of other CDs in there, but I don't really need them. The Sopranos is a Blu-ray set, but I only checked a couple discs. It looked okay. I don't know if they're all in there. They probably are. But it's worth probably 40 bucks used. There you go. That's my update. Is it on? Well,
so far, since I'm putting this on after I'm home, I guess. Oh wait, how's this looking? Alright. I'm going to try it. If it looks bad, I guess I'll just have redone it. I got one stack of comics so far. I'm still waiting. In the back room, they have 100 items at least before they get to the CDs, and then another almost 100 items before they get to the records. So, and they're having some issue in the back. They always have some issue with their internet. I don't know why. They don't seem to have the problem in the front room. But they've been stopping. One guy said for a while there was like every 3 minutes between the lots because of the delay on the because they got to wait. Besides the internet being bad, they got to wait and make sure the person online doesn't bid again, because then they got to wait for that. And then you can bid again, and then they can bid again. Then sometimes there'll be more than one person online bidding against each other. That's kind of new to people that, like me, that aren't used to auctions with a lot of online bidding. Anyway, I got that one stack of books with Freddy. There's an old comic guide, useless. One nice looking Batman paperback, Untold Legend of Batman. That's really crispy. I don't know if it has much value there. I got a collected book, volume 1 of the Turtles. Am I holding that right? And figure I have to do something while I'm waiting. Everything in the front room. There was that The Last of Us thing. It's already high for something I'm gonna not be able to look at. If I'm paying that kind of money, I want to lay everything out in those things. I think that Horizon thing, whatever it was, that game statue, I think it went for, I'd have to check the phone, but it was already up close and getting closer to $100. And you know, maybe it was worth $200 or $300, but I think there's supposed to be a game in there, and there's other stuff. I don't know if it's all there. Anyway, I got a Greatest Joker Stories Ever Told. I should be able to sell these. I needed some new comic type stuff. I was hoping to get one stack of them comics. There's one over by that Last of Us, has that Santa, what was it, Samurai Santa sticking in the front. There's just really nothing. There's 2 Darkman comics and some Batmans, a few G.I. Joes. Greatest Batman Stories Ever Told. I don't know if those are first prints or not. And then we got a Action Force. My ears are ringing great today. Yeah, the last lot had those, it was going to about where I had a $1 an issue, which is okay, but, you know, when you're dealing with a lot of comics, and you got to make money on them if you're going to buy them for resale. It's just the way it is, and a lot of them don't sell for more than a couple bucks. There's a lot of Batman. I can't sell them for more than $1. Why they're paying so much for them, I don't know. I got Tales from the Crypt. It's just one book. Number 11, reissued from somewhere. Probably has a little value. Illustrated Guide to Clive Barker. I'm sure somebody had 20 bucks on it. The Nightbreed Chronicles. They had 10 bucks on that. And then another Action Force. Number 80, or no, December 87, number 40. I don't know much about that. I've seen them before. I don't remember anything of them. And then the Big Cheese, Freddy Krueger. But I took it out up here to check it out. It does have a line down the side. You can see it in the photo too. But this book sells for between 50 and 100 bucks. I'm hoping I can get 50, but am I going to list it? I don't know. The thing that people online couldn't see is that inside was 2 number 2s also. So that helps, because I think it's a $50 book, and it also it does not have a line on the cover, and they're in nice shape. My friend Jennifer loved Freddy Krueger. I have a Freddy Krueger. But that is all I have right now. I don't know if I'll be getting that other stuff. I'm hoping to get them CDs if I can. That back room issue, I don't know how long I really want to wait. My mom, you know, it's hard living beside somebody that's 90 years old, and it's getting tough for me lately because my mom is showing even more of her age lately, and with my cousin dying, and it's been kind of wearing on me. I don't like to go places and leave her. She feels neglected. Anyway, maybe I just had a scene missing for whatever I was bothering about. Anyway, I'm going to go back in and see if they got anywhere closer to those CDs. Whoa. Yeah, I'm on my way home from the auction. I
waited for those records, extra like 75 items. I end up buying a couple things in between. A box, that one box of comics with the children's books I bought, which I should have just left them. There's not enough in that pile. I paid $10. I did not get the one thing of CDs with the Batman book. I should have got them. There was other bids on them, but I didn't think there was cool CDs, but there was a lot more CDs in that crate. Plus, I think the Batman book was worth at least $20. Maybe it's the first print, maybe it was worth more. I should have probably bid higher. That's probably why I got a bigger bid anyway, was because of Batman, not because of the CDs in there. Yeah, the records I bid up to $50, and kind of wished I would have went higher, but there was just like, there was 2 Beatles, and then I figured the most I was going to get out of them would be $30 top, because they were newer issues of the albums. I don't know. I know everybody else is asking high price on stuff, but I have to be, I want to have competitive pricing. I don't want to be stuck with stuff. So anyway, I think there was an Aerosmith, there was a Creedence maybe in there. I think it was right on top of the box in the photos. Then there was one album I really wanted to get it for that I thought would be cool. It was Blue Cheer, and it might have been rare. I forgot about it until after the auction was over, that was the album in there, and I meant to look it up. I don't know if it's worth a lot, but I've never seen only their Blue Cheer that has Summertime Blues, so maybe I messed up. And there was a few other albums. There was definitely a few $5 records in there, so I figured, I just didn't want to buy them and have to break even. I probably could have still made some money if I went 60, but I had no idea how far the other person was going to go anyway, but I'd waited all night, but if you're going to do good business, you can't let it get personal. You gotta try to spend your money right. If you keep going overboard, then you got too much in everything. So, I don't know. Whatever. I'm finally home. So the kitchen up there stinks now. There's nothing hardly aerated, like a big sub thick with meat. But they don't have no kitchen really anymore. But I'm so happy that I bought a double order of General Tso's from Walmart. Oh, thank you, Tom. You're my friend. Okay, so I got that tote that had the 9/11 books in it, and then some CDs and a few DVDs. DVDs are all basically common. There's a couple Blu-rays, and then there was like 2 Star Wars bonus discs and a Goodfellas, some more cheap junk. I didn't get. I was going to get that other tote with the Batman book, and I quit bidding on it, and I think I quit at like $30. It's only had like a $9 bid still when it started to go, and I was stupid not to bid higher because there was a lot of bands in there I don't see CDs for, so probably they would have sold good. And even at $1 piece, there was at least probably more than 50. I don't know how many CDs for sure. Probably at least 60, 70, 80 CDs. Anyway, but I think there was 2 Guns N' Roses singles, because I got one in this, and I was thinking it had 2 that did. And then that Batman book, I already talked about this on the way home, but hopefully I chopped something out. But that Batman book would have probably been at least a $20 book, and I never even checked to see if it was first print. I'm really slacking in my old age. But I wished I would have bid more on that, because CDs are all nice and clean. There was a Aerosmith Pandora's box, all 3 CDs, no box or anything, but Todd up there wanted it, and Tina had bought my 2 9/11 books or whatever they were, and I just sold them for $5. That was probably too cheap. The one was by Eaton Press. I didn't even look them up. But then I just gave him those CDs. They weren't selling for a lot, and I didn't even ask him for anything. So I think I paid $30 for this box. So I have, hopefully I'll make some money. The Sopranos set on Blu-ray, it looks like it's a $40 set. I don't know, I'll probably save it for this week's flea market and see if that guy that's been buying my box sets might get it for $30. He may already have it, so. Anyway, then I got the CDs. I have one stack down there that there's this band Olive, but I don't know who they are. There's some like Ben's Fold 5 and Dave Matthews, and some Jewel, but it's probably going to be cheap CDs in my sale. This is the stuff I pulled out. There's 2 stacks, too much. Pearl Jam, this Jeremy single. Now, I don't know if these have a lot of value. I'm not really into CDs much. So at least that kind of stuff. Then there's this Alkaline Trio. I don't know a lot of these bands. I mean, I may have heard of some of them, but I've never listened to any of them. Emmett Swimming, I don't know who that is. I thought maybe there's something to it. This Legacy tribute to Fleetwood Mac's Rumors. I don't know what that is. There's a Black Crowes. I figure that's worth $1 or $2. A Afghan Wigs. I've heard them, but I can't think what they are. I always thinking they were punk, but they're not punk. Maybe they're alternative. Pearl Jam, Las Vegas. Now see, I don't know, there seems to be some bootlegs in here, but I don't know what they started to release on CDs, because like I don't go to the store and buy much. Sometimes I'll look them over occasionally, but I really don't notice what they're putting out, and I know they've been releasing a lot more like live shows and stuff on vinyl and on CDs, and I guess just because the bootleggers sell them, so why not? Here's a Lenny Kravitz greatest hits. I figure there's some decent dollar CDs. I got to redesign my whole CD system. I'm gonna probably lower my price. I know there's some good CDs I don't want to sell for $2 or $1, but I want to get them down to a certain amount. I know a lot of people sell their CDs at the shows for a couple bucks, or $3 for $5, but I don't know what all they leave in at that thing. And this next the flea market or the next record show, I'm going to look really, I'm hoping I'll have time to look around and see what people are pricing stuff at, so I get a better idea what's really happening out there. Billy Joel, what is this? I can't read it. 2,000 Years, the Millennium Concert. Guns N' Roses Don't Cry single. Pearl Jam Go single. Red Hot Chili Peppers Warped. Another single. This looks like a boot. Reading 91, which is a live show of Nirvana. I wonder if it's terrible. Metallica, the S&M. I think it's with the orchestra, right? I don't know if I think they play with the orchestra. I was getting out of my time period where I was listening to a lot of Metallica. I got this cool, this Metallica. It's got Cliff Burton before he died. I was seeing it's another bootleg show, No Life Till Power, but it's got a cool cover. But the CD, I've not tried it yet. It has this weird damage around the circles. I'm hoping that doesn't stop it from working, but I don't know. I'm not sure why it's on there. And the best CD out of the whole lot. Oh wait, did I do the whole thing? No, I didn't. What happened? That was the wrong stack first. You weren't supposed to see the Metallica yet, because I figured that was the second to best or something. But here's this stuff. A lot of these bands I've never listened to. Another Afghan Wigs. Bowling for Soup I've heard of, but I don't know what they sound like. The Clarks I've heard of, but I don't know if I've ever listened to them. Another Clarks, Someday Maybe. What was the other one? Someday. Wait, the Clarks, Someday Maybe. Why are they both? Oh, this is an extended. There's a side 2. This does not have a side 2. Alright. Then the Clarks, I'll tell you what, man. What's this one? Is that Fun? Some Nights? Don't know. Kay's Choice? Another's Kay's Choice? I'm kind of hoping there's some cool music on some of these. It might be fun to have something better, or something different to listen to in my van or my car for a while. Naked? Don't know who that is. Pearl Jam Binary or Binora. I don't know. I'm not a Pearl Jam fan. I don't like Eddie Vedder. Sorry. Something Corporate. Our Lady of Peace. Navidad or Navid. Wait, what? I don't know what that is. CD case is broke though. Might as well show the rest of them for how long this is going to take. The best CD in the thing, King Diamond. Conspiracy. I kind of like King Diamond. I didn't really get into him back in the day because of the way he sang. He went deep and then into his high-pitched voice, and I don't know why I didn't like it. The music's different too. I think Merciful Fate was better than King Diamond. I know a lot of people like King Diamond. I'm not saying there's not good songs, but I don't know. The Soprano Set, the Blu-ray. I already showed that. Oh, this game was in with this stuff too. It's just Assassin's Creed 3. No book. I don't know if they put books in these ones. Probably not worth much.
So now whatever else, I don't know. It's too much. That was well spent money. Can you get out of there?